Okay, guys, so a lot of you all have come over to my side, and you would have known that if you saw the live stream on Friday night. Salute to everybody who joined us, and see you guys Tuesday, 9:30 p.m. on Ock Nation TV. Link in the description box. But the panel over there that we had, and anyone could be on the panel, just click the StreamYard link. The panel that we had, it was almost a consensus that there's no cure, there's no solution, there's no remedy for what's going on in the stand. And this story came across my desk, and this illuminates that sentiment. Man killed for spitting while talking during a card game, says the prosecutor. Edward McKissick was so annoyed that a man was spitting while he talked during a card game at a South Side hookah lounge, he shot him to death, Cook County prosecutors said Wednesday. And we all know who the main Cook County prosecutor is, Kim Fox. She may even have to prosecute this one. And just full disclosure, I don't like when people spit when they talk. People don't like when I spit when I talk. It's annoying. You showering people. I get it. No, I don't get the this, but I mean I get the annoyance. McKissick was with his girlfriend and playing cards with Meshack Richardson and his brother early Monday when McKissick expressed frustration at the spit coming from Richardson's mouth. When Richardson stepped outside for a cigarette, McKissick followed, grabbed a gun from his waistband, and fired at Richardson while his back was turned away, prosecutor said. So this guy was just sitting at the table eating it. We talking about just sitting there eating it, like getting showered. Like soon as homie stepped out for a cigarette, he saw his opportunity. Wow. The nature. Just think about it. You're out for a night with your girlfriend. You're playing cards. The guy's talking, but while he's talking, flecks of spit are coming out of his mouth. And I'm sure they're getting on everybody. So you make in that instant, you make a decision. Okay, this is worth jeopardizing everything I've worked for, whatever it may be, up until this point. And for that, you can't compete with that. That's why it's ridiculous that all these squares are talking about criminal justice reform. You already are at a huge disadvantage. You can't compete with this. Hit one if you walk out the door in the morning with this type of attitude. With an attitude, a disposition, a demeanor, a frame of mind that can compete with what this guy's walking the streets with. So he shoots the guy in the back while his back's turned. So the guy probably doesn't even know why he's getting shot. McKissick then stood over the spitter, Mr. Richardson, stood over his limp body, and allegedly continued to fire. So he didn't just shoot the guy like, man, you spit on me, take these shots. Boom, boom, boom. No, he didn't just shoot him. He finished him off in front of outside of the lounge. He didn't say, hey, buddy, man, let's go for a walk, man. I got to smoke this blunt with me. And then they got in the alley, shot him, and just saw him smoking a cigarette right outside of the bar. Came out there, shot him in the back when he wasn't looking, and then stood over him and emptied the clip in his face. Listen, man. He has an advantage, just mind frame on 90% of people in this country, 95% of people in this country. Who's 94? who's who's like who's walking around with that chip on their shoulder? Not many people. When the gunfire stopped, a security guard and another person from the building opened the front door and saw McKissick standing outside pointing the gun in their direction. A concealed carry license holder standing next to the guard in the doorway pulled out his own weapon and fired once, striking McKissick in the arm. McKissick took off running, but the concealed carry holder followed him and pointed him out to police, who arrested McKissick about a block away. So this guy's got shot and arrested on the scene. So even Kim would have to prosecute this case. I get it. He was probably thinking like, look, he knows the climate in Chicago. The prosecutor's not prosecuting these cases. He knows so many people that are murdering people. Obviously a hood dude. People are getting murdered left and right. The murderers on the street, they either never been caught due to no snitching, due to, witness intimidation, due to lack of cooperation, or they get caught and they're right back out on an ankle monitor in their trials in 2023. Or they get caught and they're out on an ankle monitor in the trials in 2024. Or they get caught and it gets thrown out. One of Kim's 25,000 cases she's thrown out. So the mindset of these guys is a little different than us. They really think that they may get away with this. Even the brazenness of doing it in front of the lounge. Police recovered 10 spent shell casings from McKissick's gun and counted 17 gunshot wounds on Richardson's body. So he emptied the whole clip in this guy. Shot this guy 17 times. The first one in the back while the guy wasn't looking. So the guy doesn't even know. Guy probably spits while he talks all the time. Some people just do that. He probably just spits while he talks. He doesn't know. Well, he knows and he can't do anything about it. Wow. And he's outside smoking a cigarette, thinking about God knows what. Boom! Feels a shot to his back. Writhes in pain. Looks up. Boom, boom, boom. And this guy just feeling him. And it's the guy he was sitting across the table at, playing cards. And it's happening so fast, he doesn't even have a chance to ask, what did I do? What's this about? Because the situation escalated that fast. McKissick was identified as the gunman by several people outside the lounge. And the woman who had been walking towards the business when the shooting erupted. Surveillance video shows McKissick and the victim outside, but didn't capture the shooting. McKissick, who was identified by Chicago police as Bobby McKissick, was being treated at the University of Chicago Medical Center. McKissick was sentenced to probation in 2003 for aggravated, unauthorized use of a weapon. So this guy, of course, he has a criminal record, but 2003, that's the last thing they can find on him. I'm sure he did some time for it, but not 18 years, I wouldn't think. So this guy hasn't committed a lot of crime lately. In the last 20 years. A lot of violent crime. Hasn't been caught. Turned his life around, as they say. And that's the deal with some men. It's everything's fluid and tenuous. Yeah, this guy may have turned his life around, but he's playing cards and the guy's spitting. So there goes that. McKissick is engaged, has several children, and worked as a mechanic at a trucking company. So this guy's got a life. He's got bills, responsibilities, a fiance, children, a job. None of that matters. And I tell you guys that all the time. He could have just hit the lottery for $8 gazillion. And it wouldn't have changed anything. Okay? He could have had Beyonce ready to leave Jay-Z for him. And it wouldn't have changed anything. There's no solution to this. The only solution in this case is to separate this guy from society, from the rest of the citizens. But as far as like preventing this type of thing from happening in the first place, I don't think there's any solution. According to a defense attorney who said McKissick was defending himself when he opened fire. They robbed me, McKissick said, interrupting his attorney. Now, of course he's going to say that. And that may be true. I don't know. I wasn't there. The evidence will show that. But the story we have is that it was over the spit, which leads me to speculate that he may have spoken to our friend Meshach Richardson about the spitting, because that sounds like something that came from witnesses. Like, oh yeah, man, he could have told that dude stop spitting on him. The Stand, man. The Stand. Hit the like button, subscribe. Peace. I'm out.